here's the thing. So I paint, and I paint landscapes, acrylic landscapes on canvas. And I often paint scenes with rocks, like a stony creek, or I love painting rocks. But the thing is, I've never actually painted a rock. But I thought it would be fun, and I thought for Christmas, it would be a fun thing to do. However, depending on the type of rock you have, you might want to do a Grinch, or you might want to do a snowman. So I just sort of sketched an idea on this larger rock of what I might do. And then it's just a matter of applying the paint. So there's a few things, like on this one, I would leave the background the gray and put some little snowflakes on it. But you can paint a background color if you want, but you don't have to. But the important thing is these rocks came from Michael's, and they're good to go. They're sort of polished, they've been sealed, they're good to paint. But if you want to go out to the riverbed and just grab some really cool rocks, then you do have to, there's one more step, you have to seal them. Wash them, sand them down a little bit, and then seal them, like with a matte varnish or whatever. All right, so like I said earlier, I'm not an expert rock painter. I typically paint rocks on a piece of canvas with acrylic paint, in a creek or something like that. But today I thought it would be fun to try and do this Grinch that was on the sheet of paper that came in your kit. Was one of the things. Feel free to be as creative as possible. So all you need is a few acrylic paint colors. So for today, I'm going to try and paint this Grinch. And I don't know if you can see this. I've just got a little palette here thing with 4 colors of paint, actually: green, yellow, white, and black. I may not even use the white in this case, but if I wanted to later on, I could paint this snowman that I sort of sketched out on this larger rock. And of course, then I would be using the white paint. It says on the sheet of paper that was in your kit, it talks about these paint pens. I don't have a paint pen, so I have this skinny little brush that I might use for the Grinch's eyebrows. But mostly, I'll just be using a regular paintbrush that you should have on hand. So what I did was kind of sketched. I'm going to paint over this right now, but just to give myself an idea of what the end result is. The eyes on the Grinch are going to be yellow, so I'm going to sort of try and paint the background green around those and leave them empty, so I can get some yellow paint in there without having to wait too long for the base coat, in this case would be green, to dry. And just so you know, acrylic paint takes about 15 minutes to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of water on my brush just to thin out the paint just a little bit, and start painting this guy, this green color. So I'll just take a little bit of time and get that done. And see how this goes. And like I said, this is my first time painting an actual rock, but it should be fun. And I'm probably going to get paint all over my hands, but that's okay. I've got my Grinch painted, so I'll just show it to you now. And so right now it looks a little bit like an alien, but we'll see what happens in the end. You'll also notice, though, it's a little bit grainy from my brush marks, so it might, like if you were going to do this, to be more professional, I guess, than I'm being today, it might warrant a second coat. But for now, we'll just stop there for a second, and I'll see if I can get a little bit of yellow eyes going here. So, the other thing I was going to say, I sketched this. What I'm going to do now, the eyes actually in the diagram are a little bit bigger, so I'm going to paint right over the black sketch marks that I made. and just make some yellow eyes here. Okay, let's see. This is not working as well as I had expected, so just get a different brush. I'm having some trouble with these eyes, and I'll show you guys in 1 second. Yeah, so here we go. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, but that yellow paint is not going on there very well. So I may have to wait about 15 minutes for everything else to dry really well. And then after that, I'll just go over these yellow eyes again. They don't even look yellow in this Zoom picture, do they?
Oh, I see one that's yellow.
Do you see yellow? Okay, it looks almost white to me, but that's okay. So then the next step is just to get those yellow eyes in completely. And then I'm going to take my my skinny little brush, if I can find it. Skinny little brush, and just do the eyelashes and the smiley mouth, and finish that off. So I think that might be about as far as we can get today. But I promised to send Berna a picture of the finished product, and you can maybe post that on social media or whatever it is that you do, and we'll go from there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure we can do that. I was just thinking, now when you were first saying you were having a little trouble with the yellow paint, then were you heading for a different brush or?
Yeah, just a little bit wider brush, but it's just not liking the effect. So, but I'll keep working on it. I think it just needs to dry, and then needs a second. See, actually it's starting to come a little bit better, but it just needs to dry and then another coat put on there.
Right.
Then when it is all finished, and I don't think it's going to get finished during this webcast, but then I do want to take some kind of a sealer. This is just Varathane from Home Hardware or whatever, and then just spray the rock so the rock doesn't come off. And then the other question I think people would have is, okay, so I painted this rock, now what am I going to do with it? What can I do with it? So just a couple of ideas. Paperweight, but because I'm doing a Christmas scene on a rock, and you might do the snowman or the North Pole or some poinsettias, you might get really creative. The poinsettias look a little more challenging to me. But I have a large Christmas cactus in a large pot, and I thought it would be cool to have these little Christmas decor rocks around the Christmas cactus. That's just one idea. Some people paint really cool little positive sayings on these different rocks and leave them around town for other people to find. That's been a trend lately. And then, of course, you don't have to paint a Christmas rock in a summer scene. Put it outside your garden. I know ladybugs are popular. I've seen, where people take, 3 or 4 round or 3 round rocks and hot glue some wire on the front end and paint a little ant to put in the garden. So yeah, there's lots of fun, cool things you can do. And I'll keep playing with this guy once these colors dry up a little bit, and then we'll go from there. I got a marker too. It's not fine yet, but the green paint's dry now, so I can put the smile back on if I want to. And starting to look like a thing. Right? He needs eyelashes and a few other things. Oh, and some really cool eyebrows. But the big thing is letting that yellow paint dry now, so I can put another coat on there. Get his eyes looking good. So I hope that was a little bit of fun. And yeah, that's it. I just saying I'll finish it off and I'll send you a picture of it. And I hope that everybody that did pick up a rock kit has some fun painting rocks. And Merry Christmas to everybody.
My fun little promo thing I'm going to throw in there right now. If people send pictures of what they've created to me at the library, then you can also win yourself a free book from all these books we have that you can pick from. And
Awesome.
then we can show people what has been created out there. So, yeah.
Sure.
And
yeah. And make sure you show me too.
yes. And good for you, Dale, trying something new. It's always great to try something new. Thank you so much, Dale, for being willing to do this.
Okay. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.